This is Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB. Helping you find emotional, spiritual, and physical balance. What does your future hold? It's time to find out with Psychic Suzanna.
Hi, that's right. You're right where you need to be. This is Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB. You could find me at PsychicSusanna.com or Life with Psychic Suzanna on Facebook. And each week we get together. We try to break some of those barriers you have in life that will help you live life a little bit easier and a little less painful. We are all growing every minute of every day, so we try at this show to help you grow past your limits. That's what I do in my life. I always look for better ways every day and everywhere I try to get better and better. And so I will bring you guests that will help you grow past your limits. Before we do that, we've got a couple shout outs that we need to do, Jim. First of all, we want to shout out to Vivace. Look what they brought you.
Vivace.
Yeah,
how's that for a shout out?
Yeah, that's a very good shout out.
Okay.
Read the little note that they sent you. I'm sitting in Vivace's, having a meal of my own, behaving myself.
Yes.
And they come bearing food for you.
Oh.
And look what they wrote.
It's outstanding. It goes, Susanna was eating dinner here, and we thought it would only be fair if you got some dinner as well. Love, Vivace.
Isn't that something?
It's outstanding.
They like you out there, Jim. We like you out there.
Oh.
You know, being involved with a Lebanese woman, you're going to get food all the time, let me tell you that.
You know the way to my heart.
Yeah.
That's the deal.
And the other shout-outs are going to be, too. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
The girl in Big Lots. I love her.
Oh, okay. I like that store. I've been there before.
Pat and Kathy and my Linda in Houston. You know, you can get us on the web. All you have to do is download us. Listen live at 1110 KFAB, and we're here for you. We're here for you. Now, today's show's a little bit different, and everybody around us right now is celebrating so much. And there's so much merriment, and people get together that haven't seen each other for years. And I've got to tell you, it is a joyous time. We get to share time with people we haven't seen for years. But for some of us, it is not the happiest time. And those are people that have had to deal with the passing this past year, or with someone in hospice care. I have a beautiful aunt in hospice care, and as she's going through this, and this holiday season, I'm grateful that she's around, that I can enjoy her, to say goodbye, but I really want to know what I can do for people who have lost someone this past year, and what we can do to help them feel more comfortable in the season, to help them more comfortable in the family areas. And so today, I have brought to our mic Janyne gotta look up the Gundrum. Janyne, are you there?
I am.
Well, thank you for joining us. Janyne, give us a little bit of background, would you please?
My background is in guidance and counseling. I have worked with youth for about 15 plus years and recently took a new job with the Visiting Nurse Association as the bereavement counselor. I've been there for about 3 years.
Okay. First of all, I've got to tell you, hospice is such a blessing to us who have family that are going through the end of their life. It is such a blessing. I watched hospice do things for my mother that I couldn't do, and I was so blessed. So how does one, as a hospice nurse, handle people in the last stages of their life? How do you become a hospice nurse? What is that? That's so unique.
It is a very unique position, and people feel like they have a calling for it. I'm not a nurse, and so I can't speak specifically to that, but I do know that they feel a real passion for what they do.
Well, I know the one with my beautiful aunt is just a blessing to us. I do want to ask you then, as a bereavement counselor, when you talk to people who have lost someone say we're in a family gathering and someone in that room has just lost a brother or our sister or our son or our daughter, and they're not feeling joyful, and we're all rubbing our joy in their face. How do we talk to them? How do we help them? What do we say to them?
Well, there are no magic answers and there's no magic words that you can say to anybody, but I think to acknowledge the loss and ask them how they're doing is important. Acknowledgement and just giving them the opportunity to talk is just really vital.
Okay, just to ask them how they're doing and let them talk. And if you have family in their last stages of life, how do you handle those? Is that, again, just communicating with them? And
absolutely. Just squeeze a hand and just presence. Presence is sometimes a bigger gift than anything that you can say or do. So many times people are afraid to say anything because they're afraid they're going to say the wrong thing.
Oh, I've thought of that often.
And there is not really a wrong thing to say. Just be there.
Well, how do you know, if I'm talking to someone, how do I know how to help them see past their grief, or do I even try to help them see past their grief?
You know, grief is so unique to every individual. Even though we all have very similar emotions and feelings that we deal with, we all do it in our own unique way. And I always tell people there is nothing anyone can say or do to take away that pain. And so just companion them through it. Listen when they want to listen and just respect what they're feeling.
Okay.
And so many times people say, oh, don't feel bad, or just you need to get over it, you need to move on. Those are the kinds of things that are not helpful. Just to validate their feelings is the most important.
And so there's nothing I can do on the outside. You know, they're doing their own stuff on the inside. There's nothing I can do on the outside that'll help them move through it. They have to take their own time and move through it. And my part is to give them the space to do that. Is that it?
Well, sometimes give them the space or be there and companion them and walk through it with them, but don't try to hurry them along in any way, if that makes any sense. Meet them where they are.
Okay. All right. And when someone, a friend of mine, a client of mine, has just had a child who is just in a coma because he was hit by a drunk driver. And so she's going through some form of bereavement. And so what is our saying to those as we visit them in the hospitals and as they're going through that? What is that? How can I help her?
I think, Suzanne, just to tell them that you're sorry that they're going through that, to ask them what they need, because everybody's needs are different, and say, what can I do to help? Is there anything that you need from me? Anything that I can say or do to help you through this?
Okay.
There is no magic answers. There's no magic formula, unfortunately.
Okay. And for my family members, my cousins, and I just say to them, what can I do for you as you're going through this?
Sure, absolutely.
And what if they say nothing?
Then respect that.
Really?
Absolutely. Yeah. For people who are currently going through a hospice situation, I think sometimes maybe volunteering to run some errands for them. Volunteer to maybe companion their loved one while they run and do some shopping or go get a haircut or even take a nap sometimes, to volunteer just to sit with that patient if the patient can't be left alone. So there are things that you can do, but you're not going to be able to fix it for anybody. You have to just honor their feelings. Okay.
We're going to come right back to you, if we may. Right now, we're going to take a break, and you're listening to Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB. And yes, we will be taking your calls at the end of the hour.
Psychic Suzanna.
Can't get through on the radio show? Call Psychic Suzanna anytime at 712-276-9349. That's 712-276-9349. Or visit her webpage, PsychicSusanna.com.
Yes, you're here with Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB. You can find us at PsychicSusanna.com, or you can find us at Life with Psychic Suzanna on Facebook. And if you belong to that group, you're sent out a list of what's coming up this coming week, so you don't have to, so you can be in the know. And we're talking today with Janyne Gundrum. Hello, Jane. Are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay. Jane, tell me about when we do the hospice and when we do the bereavement, and you say the best thing we can do is be there and be present.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about those of us who have a difficulty, or not us, not me, I can talk to a leaf, but what about those who have a difficulty in communicating their emotions? Does that make them feel more comfortable or uncomfortable? What do you suggest?
Well, again, everyone is unique in what they're willing to share. A typical reaction when someone is asked is how they're doing is they're going to say, fine. And I say fine stands for feelings inside not expressed. And
that's excellent. Do that one more time, baby. What is fine? Feelings
inside not expressed.
Wow.
And sometimes that's appropriate. People have to have a good relationship. It has to be someone they trust, the time, the place, the person. Everything has to feel right, feel comfortable. And so if you're not and you're going to say fine, you just accept that. Sometimes people say, well, I say that all the time, but that's not really honest. And I suggest you can say, today's been a really hard day. Thanks for asking. And you don't have to go into any details. But you have to find the right person to be able to open up and really trust them on who you're going to share with.
Wonderful. That's a very good idea. That brings a lot of clarity to me. Okay, so then if they say fine, well, you know what? There are people who walk around the street and always have a complaint.
That's true.
And they wouldn't know how to say fine. You say, how are you doing? And they're telling you your problems and you really don't want to hear it. Mm-hmm. So when there's someone that you really care about and they say fine, and then you say to them, well, that's feelings inside not expressed.
Mm-hmm. That will help them open up, because it is an emotional roller coaster. You can be chugging along and think that things are going okay, and then all of a sudden you just hit this big dip in your road and you're just, teary or sad or depressed or feeling guilty or whatever it is.
I would imagine it would be a little horrifying to be thinking about something that you don't know anything about.
Mm-hmm.
Like death. You know nothing about death.
Well,
and you're only
we
knowing...
don't do death well in our society. Nobody knows quite what to say or how to handle it, and so we just have a tendency to avoid the subject altogether. So it's not a comfortable topic for most people.
Do you think that's a topic that just down to saying, you meant a lot to me? Mm-hmm. And these, hospice is such a blessing because it allows you the opportunity to communicate with those people. I mean, I look at it as, wow, how good. How good.
If people really take advantage of a hospice situation, you're absolutely right. It gives them an opportunity to say the things that they want to say, the I love yous, I sorries, I forgive yous, the whatever needs to be said, the goodbyes. Not everyone's able to do that, but they're encouraged to.
So tell me about the ones who, as I do it, and I'm always amazed that people who come to me after losing a partner or losing someone for 30 years, I think a lot of times it's because they just want to know life goes on. Sure. And it's okay to live. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people have a fear of living or having a right to live if you've lost someone.
Yes. There's some guilt there.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel appropriate to be happy again after you've lost somebody. So people struggle with that.
And I have a couple sayings on death that I use a lot. One of them is, death is like taking off a tight pair of shoes. And I get that because I've been raised in a church. Mm-hmm. And I know about life after death. So, I know it's a reality. So the death being like taking off a tight pair of shoes is very safe for me to know.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
sometimes people start to question their faith after they lose a loved one, and they become angry. So everybody has, some people turn to their faith, some people turn away and question their faith, and there's no right or wrong way to do it.
No, and you know what? I don't believe there's anything wrong in questioning faith. Mm-hmm. But I, when it all comes down and the lights are off, we all have faith, I think, of something. But anyway, so what we want to do is just stay open and allow them to communicate. Mm-hmm. And if they're not communicating, don't try to help them communicate. Should we try to help them communicate what they need?
I don't think that there's any way you can force somebody to share if they're not ready or willing to share. You just, you try to open up the conversation and you make yourself available, and if it's the right time and place and person and they want to share, then you're there to listen and companion them through it. But you can't force it.
Okay. I want to definitely thank you for being with us and giving us some insights on how to handle the stressful times of the holiday seasons for those going through a lot of things in the holiday seasons. Thank you very much, and thank you for your service.
You're very welcome.
Bye-bye. We will be right back, and we're going to go to the phones. Thank you for staying with us on Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB.
Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB.
Whoa, I love that music. What a bumper. What is that?
That's Toto.
Oh.
I know that song. That's Toto. It's about Africa.
I love Toto. Hi, you're back with Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB. Yes, you can find us at psychicsusanna.com or go to the web, Facebook, and sign up with Life with Psychic Suzanna. And then give us feedback on the shows. And if there's anybody you'd like to have interviewed, please let us know. We want to make this show about what you need to hear and what you want to feel good and how to support you. We will be going to the calls. By the way, we haven't given out the numbers. Let's give them out, Jim. You were bad not reminding me to give them out,
Yikes.
Yeah,
Sorry about that one.
Now, our long distance number is 1-800-543 1110, and our local is 558-1110. You can call right now, and we're going to look in your future. I want to tell you about our guest next week, which is going to be Ingrid Dean. Get a load of this, Jim. Are you ready? She wrote a book called The Spirit of the Badge. And that's about 60 true life police stories of divine guidance and miracles. Isn't that pretty cool?
That could be very interesting.
Yeah, Gary gave me this one, so we're looking forward to talking to Ingrid Dean.
Who's Gary?
Gary, the boss.
Oh, the big kahuna.
The big kahuna.
Okay.
Yeah, he sent me the Spirit of the Badge author, and we'll be talking to her next Sunday at 8 o'clock. You know this is the place to be. Always be here with us. And always stay open and stay with us as we go to the phones. But, Jim, you have my paper with the names. What are you doing?
I was putting a new name on it.
Oh, yeah, but you didn't put the age on that.
Well, I'll get there. I'll get there.
Okay, all right.
Don't sweat it.
You know what? I want to go to Jane, though. You got to let me go to Jane.
Oh, Jane, let's do it.
Hello, Jane? Jane? Hello? Hello?
Maybe Jane fell asleep. I don't know. She's been on hold for like 25 minutes.
Jane, are you there? 1, 2, 3.
Let's try Jack then.
All right, let's go to Jack. Are you there? Oh, this is your issue, Jim.
Oh, gosh.
Love you. Jim,
this is great.
You're going to have to figure out this issue. It's with the button. So many buttons, honey. So many buttons. Hello. Let's try it again.
No Jack, no Jane?
No Jack, no...
I'm here, darling.
Oh, okay.
We got you, Jack.
I can hear you.
Okay, cool beans. Now, if we can find Jane, we'll be happy. But no,
Very
we're happy.
Cool beans. Yeah, if I could find Jane,
Jack
I'd be
and
happy
Jade.
too.
Oh, is this pathetic? Jack and Jade. All right, just stay with it, Jack. Try to geese it up on me, babe.
Okay.
Jack, first of all, can I be real honest about this?
Please.
All right. Are you aware of how creative you are?
To some degree, I guess.
Yeah, are you aware you don't know how to put it together and get it out the door?
That fits perfectly.
Okay. So here you are with all these great creative ideas. but your follow-through and things like that are not there. And
Absolutely true.
The follow-through is where you make your money. So we need to do this, and let's be open with each other, okay?
Absolutely.
Are you aware how pathetic you are with money?
Yes.
Ask me why you're pathetic with money.
I don't know. It doesn't fit me spiritually.
That is such crap, honey.
Okay, thank you.
God wants us to be abundant. He's our Father. He'd give us everything.
Correct.
So God wants us to be abundant. There's nothing about that. Okay.
Okay.
So I want you to understand that, Jack. Your problem is you don't focus and you don't follow through. Okay.
Open book, I am. You got me,
but
when
sure. But if someone asks for something, you do it, but you don't finish it. And if somebody asks to borrow money, you give it, but you don't ask it back. You just spread it a little too thin. So I just want you to be aware of that. And things are going to be really great after March for you. Okay?
Well, thank you so much. You definitely read me like an open book. I just wanted to say really awesome guests you have.
Thank you.
And I go to AA, and when someone says they're fine, we say, fearful, insecure, neurotic, and emotional.
Wonderful. Isn't that a great? I had never heard that before tonight. Neurotic.
I hadn't thought about it until I heard your guest mention the way she said it, which was very cool, too. Well, thank you, Sunshine. I really
just one more couple things, Jack. I just want to say a couple things. This is AM radio. I don't have to hurry through. So one thing I want you to know, Jack, are you having problems with your feet?
No.
Do they smell?
Only when I don't change socks and take a shower.
Okay, have you not been changing socks?
I've been changing socks.
Okay, I just want you to know some kind of foot issue. I want you to be ready. But a very good year. Stay tuned. If you ever sign up with Life with Psychic Suzanna on Facebook, be one of my friends, all right?
Absolutely, darling. Thank you so much.
God bless. God bless.
Have a great week.
Hello, and I think we're talking to Wanda. Is this correct? Okay, it's about the buttons, Jim. We've got to get the buttons together. Hello, Wanda?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Wanda.
Your program so far.
Okay.
And I was telling the other one that I lost her son 10 years ago. And all of the advice that I heard from the hospice nurse and from you are fantastic. But one thing that helped me through my grief, losing my son, is someone told me that whenever I get an opportunity, I should help others who have gone through the same thing. And it's very therapeutic, and God forbid it happen, but several of my friends have lost children since I lost our oldest son, and I try to help them, and I get great comfort in doing so. So just reach out, and even if you don't know the right thing to say, right thing to do, usually they just need a hug.
Well, wonderful. Thank you for adding that to us. Is this our Wanda, our great cook, Jim? Jim, this is our Jim that she cooked for you last week. Yeah. But thank you for that insight.
Well, seriously, and you have helped me through lots of things. I think you're just fantastic, and I listen usually only to KFAB.
Well, thank you. 1110 KFAB is the mouthpiece of the whole area. You got to admit that. Thank you, Wanda, and I have your Tupperware.
Well, I'll get it one way or the other.
You bet your booties, babe. And we're taking a break. We'll be right back with Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB.
Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB.
By the way, Jim, before we go back to the call, did you want to confess why we were playing commercials when I was supposed to be talking? I'm looking at my little list here of saying when I talk, when I don't, And there's commercials.
What are you trying to tell me? You're a perfectionist here? Gosh, who's a perfectionist nowadays?
So we covered our phone issues. Is that what we're saying?
Fingers are crossed, eyes are crossed, I'm going to cross my legs here.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Now, they can call us, though, if they'd like, at 558-1110 KFAB. Our 1-800-543-1110. You can find us at PsychicSusanna.com. Our Life with Psychic Susanna on Facebook. Become part of our group. And send us anything you want to tell us. If there's somebody you want to talk to or anything, let's find out what you think. All right, we're going to go to Jane. Is this the original Jane?
Yes.
Well, welcome, Jane.
Hi.
I'm glad you got through again. Jane,
Thank you.
First of all, I am going to tell you, I have a little bit of concern with your health issues. Are you aware of that? Are you
yes.
You're having health issues, correct?
Yes.
All right. Let me tell you, they're temporary.
Okay.
But here's the problem, Jane. You don't take control of life. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
Okay. You let life control you.
Yes.
Well, that's just wrong. Honey, that's wrong on so many levels. And that's something I need you to do, start being aware of. I need you to start taking control of your life. I want you to move around a little bit better. I want you to drink more water, a little cranberry juice, natural vitamins and minerals. I want you to work with your breath. Are you aware that every time you breathe, that is the energy of God in you and the energy of miracles? So you need to work with the breath. You need to breathe deeper, fuller. I have you continuing to lose weight this coming year. I have you having health improvements this coming year. I want you to know that you will dance at your granddaughter's wedding. So you're not going anywhere. So let's get in shape. Let's get physically. What you don't use, you lose. And we don't want to lose it. Also, I want you to know.
I don't have a granddaughter.
Yeah, I know. Say that again.
I don't have a granddaughter.
Honey, you will.
No, that's not possible.
Oh, trust me, it will be. Now, do you not have children?
That's right.
Okay. Here's the thing. It may be with somebody you're related to. Okay? But it is somebody who thinks of you as a grandmother. I don't know how this comes. I am just an extension cord between you and God. And I can tell you that there will be someone involved in your life that will look to you as a grandmother.
Okay.
And there's also children who look to you as a mother. Are you aware of that?
No.
Yeah. Are you not aware of how much you've done for other young kids?
Well, I know that I have, but it doesn't feel like they know that I have.
Oh, honey, whether they say it or not, they know it.
Okay.
Okay. You know what? You know, God says, give to a poor man because I'll take care of you. You know, a lot of people don't respond and say, thank you, you've done a lot for me. But I must tell you, you have helped many people in your life, and you will continue to help. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you will have a granddaughter. And I don't know how she comes about to you, whether it's through a relationship or not. But this girl will love you as her own grandmother. And you are a grandmother figure to her. So just plan on that, okay?
Okay.
I don't understand how I get everything, but I am going to tell you it is a feeling of a granddaughter. I'm also going to tell you I have you going up a flight of stairs. You're going to hear something that will help you understand the past. I feel wonderful about that. Okay?
Okay.
God bless. Have a good day. You know what? You look in the mirror, look in those eyes, and you say, I love myself. Within you is the living God. Don't put yourself down anymore. It's just not right. Okay? God bless.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Are we going to Lee?
Hello.
Oh, my God, Jim's got the buttons going, Lee. Are you pretty impressed with him?
I am.
Oh, my God, Jim, we're all impressed with you right now. Lee, first of all, how about if I tell you you've got some mechanical problems? Are you aware of that?
Mechanical problem?
Yeah. Vehicle?
Possibly.
Oh, no. We don't go possibly with me.
Okay.
Okay. We don't go possibly. I'm just going to say start a little fund, okay? It's not going to be too bad, but there is something coming up within 6 months, and I want you to be prepared for it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I am also going to tell you I have no clue when to take a break. So, Jim, by the way, you're going to have to give me a signal.
Oh,
okay?
it will happen.
We're on the wrong time scale. I can't use my time thing.
Okay.
Lee, I'm going to tell you, it seems like the last 4 years haven't been the best for you.
Well, you got that right.
But can I tell you, you're coming into some good times. Okay?
Yay.
Oh, yeah. By the way, have you had Florida action?
Have I had what?
Florida action?
Florida?
Yeah.
No, not. I know somebody who lived there.
No. Have you done it there? Have you had booty there?
No.
You will.
Okay.
Before you're 86. So I don't want you to go standing at the border waiting for the great booty. But I just want you to know you got some traveling ahead. You got some really good things ahead. Now, I know that you carry your work home with you. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say, though, that you need to understand your job is your job. It's not who you are. And you carry it home and you carry everybody else's garbage with you. Let's cut it out. When you carry other people's garbage, it just smells around you. It doesn't look good. Okay? And then you're not helping them. By the way, there will be more children than your own that'll call you Mom. I am going to take a break right now because you wrote, let's take a break. That's really, you could have just done the little sign, but no. Jim is a fanatic on this. We're taking a break, Jim.
Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB. She knew I was going to say that.
Oh, that's a little Huey and look, I've got a little thing that says who it is. Huey Lewis and the News.
Well, I thought you were checking something out over there. That's what you're up to.
I just realized there's the sign. My God, I like this.
Sweet.
You know, being in a studio is so cool, so cool. Yes, you're listening to Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB. Please look for us at 1110 KFAB. You can hear the show. You can download the show probably by Tuesday or Wednesday, or you can download it at psychicsusanna.com, or please join our Facebook group which is Life with Psychic Suzanna. And then at that Facebook group, I send you an email once a week letting you know who's on. You know, you can always download us, always listen, and we like your feedback. Please feel free to write us at Life with Psychic Suzanna, Facebook. Okay, now we're going to go to the phone, but we have someone on our 800 line. Is it Laura?
Ma'am.
Hello, Laura.
Hello.
Laura, where are you?
I am from the Norfolk area.
Welcome. You know what? I just did a party in Norfolk area just last week, and the other couple areas up there. That was so much fun. Anyway, Laura, first of all, are you aware how intuitive you are yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you aware, though, that you have a tendency to absorb your surroundings?
Yes, ma'am.
So if people are upset, you become upset?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you aware of how dumb that is, Laura?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, when are you going to stop it?
I'm working on it.
Don't work on it, honey. Do it. You know, get the Nike little rule and just do it. You don't have to work on knowing that when you carry other people's garbage, they don't learn to recycle. When you take on their pain as your pain, it's not helping them. And it's not helping you. This is all dumb stuff. So let's just stop it now. Will you promise me that, Laura?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I can wake you up in the middle of the night and haunt you if you don't. Okay?
Okay.
You got that? Only ask, when you have those feelings, ask where it comes from. The great thing about feelings is that they're temporary. Okay? And Laura, sometimes you give them permanence. You make them permanent. You think like, I'm going to be depressed, and you stay in that depression.
Could that be why I'm, the physical pain that I have from orthopedic problems is worse? Could that make that worse?
Oh, sweet Jesus, yes. Every cell in your body, everything. attunes to your feelings and your actions. Now, Louise Hay wrote a good book on this, so you might want to check her out, but there are so many things that you could hear to understand that your mind controls your body and the amount of pain. You know, I broke my femur twice last year. And yes, I have pain now and then, but when I have the pain, I honor my body, knowing that the pain is a sign of something that I need to pray for and be attentive to. I give God thanks for the pain. I give thanks for the knowledge. Give thanks for my legs. So what you have to do is understand that, you know, there's nobody 6 feet under who has a pain. And so you get grateful with the pain so you can release the pain. Also, your breath. Your breath can cleanse the pain. Okay?
Okay.
But it's the fact that you feel responsible for things you're not is just stupid. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And I want you to repeat after me. I will.
I will.
Only be responsible.
Only be responsible.
For my joy.
For my joy.
Joy is our natural state. You need to accept it. You need to understand that's what God wants you to be. Okay? By the way, I don't know what's your dog's name? Do you have a dog?
I have two dogs. One is Grace Ann, and the other one is Caleb, which is the Hebrew word for dog.
Well, now, is Caleb pooping in the house, honey?
No, ma'am.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am. He's an 85-pound dog. I would definitely know.
No, if he pooped in the house. Okay. I think Caleb's doing something he shouldn't be doing by the couch. Okay. Check that out. All right? Bye-bye.
Yes, ma'am.
God bless. Bye-bye. Are we going to go to another Jane? Do we have time?
We could try it.
Jane, how old are you?
I'm 45.
Jane, first of all, you're having problems with your knees?
Let me turn it on. I'm sorry.
Oh, Jane, I don't think we have time for this, honey.
Can you talk to me?
All right, Jane? Okay. I don't think we got her, honey. All right. You know why? This is probably just great then, because it's the time to wrap up the show. And
it's time to go.
Yeah, this is the place you come. Once a week, we're here to talk about your life, how to make it better. Stay with us. Stay involved with us. Give us ideas. We're here to help you to step out of the past and step into the best future you could have by learning to let go of what's not supportive to you anymore. Next week, Spirit of the Badge. Stay with us. Stay tuned. You are listening to Life with Psychic Suzanna on 1110 KFAB.